Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Convention with the Weekly Comic Book. We are basically doing this, well, the DC and Image part's a bit late because of, cause we had to. So, anyways, let's kick things off with Absolute Power Task Force 7, number 5. Oh, number 6. Number 6. Yeah, that tracks. So, where we left off in Absolute Power, the heroes, most of them depowered, are basically rallying for a counterattack, so to speak, on Amanda Waller. So this issue focuses on the Wonder Woman Amazo. And I do not think we get a name for it. But they're remembering some of Wonder Woman's various memories, and while making their way towards the Mascara, when the Amazo makes landfall, at the moment that it does make landfall on the Mascara, the Amazons are in debate about what to do. They're not exactly. It's not exactly a popular decision to have sided with the heroes, but it's very much the right. Nubia stands by it. Kind of a what's done is done. So. But the Amazo makes its way towards the Well of Souls and begins to basically consume powers from the superheroes whose souls are in the Well of Souls. With the primary target seemingly being Vesperia. And it manages to take Vesperia's powers. But its secondary objective is demolition protocols, initiating sequence to eliminate all traces of the Well of Souls. And it has a message from Amanda Waller to Queen Nubia. Admonishing the Amazons for keeping the Well of Souls a secret. In basically the B story of the series, we've got Steve Trevor having been discovered on Gamora. And he's trying to evade capture when he runs into others that are there unbeknownst to Amanda Waller and her people, Wonder Woman and Robin. And that is where the issue ends. Okay. I like the fact that the Wonder Woman Robin team up is one of the main features, basically. Also, the Steve Trevor story will be continued in this coming week's issue of Wonder Woman. So, yeah. Moving on, though, to our next book, we've got Green Lantern number 15. Where we left off, Hal Jordan and Wally West were basically on the move to get rid of to attack the Hall of Justice, or the Hall of Sovereignty. I think it's called, basically what was known as the Hall of Justice, and download to hopefully find the files to find a weakness for the Amazos. But Hal and Wally decide that it might be best to have one of them be a diversion. So they go to one of Bruce Wayne's islands, which has a prototype Batjet, the Batwolf. And Hal takes the Batwolf, while Wally takes his rocket bike. In Coast City, Dove is saving trying to save people, help people that are injured in a car accident, but everyone's brought up against her because, well, Amanda Waller's propaganda has definitely worked. But she's saved by Star Sapphire. But and though Dove's not entirely pleased with the idea of being saved by Star Sapphire and joining Star Sapphire's allies, the JSA, when she learns they're holding up at the Tower of Fate. But they're encountered by Sorrow. Back in Washington, D.C., the Hall of Order, that's what it's called. Hal's making his strike on the Hall of Order. And he notes that this is clearly a Batman-designed vehicle because no missile, no lethal ordnance on it. But there is a Batmobile. Yes, the Batwolf has a deployable Batmobile, which Hal uses as a weapon to attack the Hall of Order, in utilizing its EMP cannon. This provides cover for Wally to download the files to Mr. Terrific's T-Spheres. But Major Force goes after Hal. Then on Gamora, Alan Scott and Jade Stone are talking about basically the point of good, or, of making choices. And Alan Scott basically says that he says that Jade Stone has a purpose, a meaning. If you choose to, if he chooses to just be a machine of destruction, he'll inevitably be destroyed. Destruction begets destruction. If he chooses to be a force for good, he will not only find meaning, but he will give meaning to others. And Jason asked, how will he know where this meaning lies? But Alan Scott says that, he doesn't know, but he feels like he will. That Jason will, and he'll figure it out when Jason will figure out when he's supposed to. But he's called away to be a countermeasure for Hal Jordan's attack of the Hall of Order. Meanwhile, in Coast City, Carol apologizes to Sorrow for leaving him, and and basically manages to dispel him, and explains why it is that she left Sorrow for Hal, because she loves him. But that manages to get Sorrow to retreat. Major Force is stopped by Jade Stone, and Hal ejects from the Batwolf as it explodes, and finds where the battery has been hidden. Once again, saved by Jade Stone. It seems that there's something of Tom Kalamaku in Jade Stone, and as Hal recharges his ring, Carol shows up, and they're united with, and kind of, she decides that she thinks she wants to be a hero too. We got a backup story centering on John Stewart. But basically, John's working on a train on the Metropolis Skyway. With John Henry Irons and Natasha Irons from Steelworks, but Skyrail. But basically, John is trying to come to terms with Teen Lantern, basically his daughter, her being a hero, and yeah, Steel, how he does it, and it's just like, and Steel explains that you, Natasha basically just decided she was going to do it. But when Natasha and Superman came back from Warworld, they brought two refugees with them. One had the power of an old god inside him. But and now John Stewart's back from deep space, wearing an ancient ring with the power of an old god inside it. But he doesn't look for. But John is John Stewart comes to terms with the idea of his daughter being a hero and working alongside her. So, but this all be kind of setting the stage for John Stewart in the upcoming Green Lantern Civil War special. But anyways, that is where the issue ends. Good issue. Admittedly, the backup doesn't resonate so much with me just because I haven't been reading any of Green Lantern War Journal. So, but anyway, moving on to our last book, we've got DC vs. Vampires World War V #2. Where we left off, the remaining humans just learned that the vampires are having something of a power struggle, and Damian Wayne is a vampire who has sided with humanity. Damian Wayne is stoking the fires, is attempting to stabilize things for the vampires, and they want it. They want Damian dead. The vampires. So the issue begins in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. A parent and child come upon a man basically frozen into on a park bench, holding a baby. On the Hudson River, Aquaman meets with Lois Lane. Tells her a little about the power struggle that they're dealing with, and basically saying, the peace between the tenuous peace between vampires and humans basically relies on Wonder Woman, or not Wonder, Lois Lane, or one of the humans killing Damian Wayne. But Black Canary is kind of just like, okay, why are we entertaining this thought? In Dakota City, Green Arrows led a team of consisting of Killer Croc, Wildcat, Zealot, and I think Swamp Thing to go after seemingly vampires' blood supply in the vampiric blood supply in the region. But they get in there and it's trees. It's it's green. And constantly gets a visit from Jason Blood, reminding him that he's someone who does what he needs to do. Back in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, the frozen man, or rather frozen vampire, is being held by the humans, and they figure that he's got the baby, to do something terrible to it, but it's Mr. Miracle, and but he takes the baby and leaves. And leaves Shadow's safe house. Talia and Alfred are discussing matters with about the vampire's ultimatum when Wonder Woman shows up. And kills Talia. And seemingly is about to do the same to Alfred. However, he grabs something in the dark in the recesses of the Shadow safe house, which is apparently near, which would seem is near the trophy room of one of Batman's trophy rooms. And Alfred puts on a Green Lantern ring and is summarily inducted into the Green Lantern Corps. There's a backup story set in Gotham City. Batmite's trying to find out what's become of Batman. He runs into the Geoforce, who informs him that Batman's dead. And so Geoforce decides and Batmite, or rather Geomite, decides that he's always been more of a Geoforce fan after all. And that is where the issue ends. It's nice to have little lighthearted moments in the in stories like this with the especially the Geoforce backup, the Geoforce or Geomite backup. But anyways, solid issue. Be interested to see how the whole thing plays out. But anyway, that's gonna do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Mastodon, Patreon, PayPal, Instagram, and Blue Sky can be found in the description box down below. Huge shout out to Patreon patron Rubbing as a Penis. Your support is very much appreciated. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying live long and rock hard.